Hey there, welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Sitting here with my peeps, Sona Movsesian, Matt Gourley. Sona, you seem pretty chipper. What's going on? You have a microphone right in front of you.
Come on, man.
You are a fucking foghorn. Wasn't that loud?
No.
Matt,
I
please
can
tell
hear me.
Matt.
No.
You have to choose. You want to live with mommy or with daddy?
I want to live at the orphanage.
Sona, I'm just next to you. Eduardo, why don't you...
It was a little loud.
Come on.
Just try to just use your voice, and we're all here, and
You know what?
and guess what?
It's
We
when
love
you talk quietly to talk about how loud I am. It really gets me. That's what really pisses me off.
I'm really sorry.
And you don't do that. Don't do that.
So tell
Can
us.
we move on?
Yes, let's move on.
I know I don't know. Okay.
You seemed like you were in a good mood.
I was.
And then you were in such a good mood. You were
in a good mood.
Screaming into a mic inches from your face. What happened that made you happy?
Okay, so I went to Las Vegas for the day to be on a panel at a conference.
Wait, why were you on a panel?
I don't know.
Who would put you on a panel? Seriously, why are you on a panel?
Not only that.
Who else was on the panel? Snuffleupagus?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, I'm choking.
I would love to see the panel. It starts with Sona, and then it's like Snuffleupagus.
Oh, my God.
A beach pail with a face painted on it.
I was on
a bowl of nectarines. And we've got our panel. I'm sorry, son, I didn't mean to put you down.
Oh, my God. At the NAB show in Vegas.
What's a NAB show?
Yeah,
NAB
what's a
is the
NAB?
National Association of Broadcasters. And then I was part of the BEA conference that they had there, which is their it's an educational thing.
It's named after B. Arthur?
Oh, God.
What?
I hate it here so much.
But let's get through this, because I want to get through the explaining of this.
And I was on a panel. You're right. I was on a panel with the chief content officer of one media company and then the chief financial officer of another media company. And it was the three of us.
This is the greatest scam in the world.
Wow.
And you were there as... In what capacity?
As someone who's on a very popular podcast.
Which one's that?
A clown.
Wait, so you were there because of this podcast?
Because of this podcast, I went to Vegas for a day.
Do you get invited to stuff like this?
No.
I don't think I got invited to this.
I'm sure you guys get invited. I say yes to everything. Plus, my cousin works for the company that asked me to do it. And I was happy to do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Explanation received.
But I just want you guys to
baby.
know I am representing this podcast
Okay,
in an official form.
But okay, so a relative works for the company.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
we went to Vegas for we flew out, and then I had
Who's we?
Me and Tack.
Okay.
So we flew out, and then we had time for lunch beforehand, so we went to the Encore. And then we went to this place called Wazuzu, and the waiter, I remember his name is Taylor. I remember this so vividly.
Okay.
Is a huge fan of this podcast. And then my meal was comped.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Because, and I say this with all kindness, but you and Tack, you like,
Oh, no.
you like drinks. You like, it's not going to be cheap, is all I'm going to say.
That is not true.
What do you mean?
Because Tack doesn't go crazy.
Oh,
I do. But yeah, but it's Vegas, so it's not a cheap meal. It's an expensive meal.
And you said Taylor being man.
He's a man, yeah.
Man,
Taylor
okay.
being man.
Taylor being man. That's the line. That's the line. That's the line that was cut out of Planet of the Apes.
Oh my
Taylor
God.
being man.
Yeah.
You are not welcome in the Forbidden Zone. So Taylor said hi. What did Taylor said that he liked about the podcast?
So it's
First of all, it's cool he recognized you.
okay. So that's the other thing. It was you look familiar thing. And then he asked me why I was there. I was like, I'm on a panel. I'm on this podcast. He's like, okay. And then I think he went back and then Googled me because I don't think he was sure who I was.
Right.
And then he's
saw
like,
your
I'm a big fan of yours.
He saw your photo by the cash register and said, "Do not cash your check." Oh, that's how I know you. From the podcast, and you're under arrest. Wait, so, okay, he recognized you from the podcast.
Yes.
He's a fan. That's nice.
Yeah. And he watches
Taylor.
our videos all the time on
Shout out to Taylor, who works at, what's it called?
at Wazuzu and at the Encore.
What kind of food is Wazuzu?
It's Asian fusion. It's delicious. If they want to send us stuff, I'm cool with that.
No, I don't think I don't think you should be asking for free food.
Oh.
He comped you a meal, and I think that's enough. I think now extorting Wazuzu. And by the way, I'm not sure Asian fusion ships well. Were they going to put a couple of dumplings in a FedEx tube and send it through the desert to get here to Larchmont? That's fantastic. Hey, over the weekend, this tube showed up. Or maybe it was last weekend. Thanks, EB. Let's crack it open. An armadillo comes out with soy sauce all over his mouth. I mean, that's insanity. Wazuzu, you sound like an amazing place, but please don't send us any food, even though I'm sure it's amazing. We want to come in person and then be comped. Do you find yourself getting comped much in life?
That's the first time. I was really excited about it because I always said, people were like, oh, more and more people know who you are because the podcast is so big. And I'm like, you're not really famous until you get either a meal comped or you can get same day reservations at a cool restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I got comped, so I'm officially an A-lister.
That's really good. I have to say,
God,
it's
I'm
true.
Sitting here with a real celebrity. Finally,
it's me and Brad
that's nice.
Pitt.
I constantly test how we're doing by choosing very, very popular, hard to get into restaurants. And what I do is I show up on a Saturday night at like 7:30, and I just walk in and said, Conan O'Brien here, and I'm demand a table for 15. And I've always been told, get the fuck out of here. But one day...
Even when you have a reservation, you show up and they say, get the fuck out of
here. Even when I have a reservation that I've had for months, and I show up and I go, by the way, it's that Conan O'Brien, they say, get the fuck out of here. And my family and friends all wave to me from the table as I'm escorted out. Oh, they're all seated.
And they still bill you.
They still bill me. But... no, yeah, that's the way to test.
Yeah.
And I'll know the day I can walk in and go, yeah, table for 15, Conan O'Brien, from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, deal with it! Then I'm going to know that if I'm seated right away, that we finally cracked it. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I don't know what to say because I've made a lot of same day reservations for you, and it's always people love to accommodate you.
Why would you?
Didn't you say at Din Tai Fung they wouldn't take him?
Oh, that was my favorite. Yeah, you remember we went to the original one in Arcadia, and you're like, watch this, basically. Like
I never say. Well, okay, I think I did. I said we were in Arcadia.
Yes.
To the original Din Tai Fung.
Din Tai Fung.
Din Tai Fung, and we were really hungry, and I thought, well. All kidding aside, people are quite nice to me, and they tend to recognize this puss. So
I'm sorry, it's notorious for having a very long wait, especially that original location.
Regardless of the puss.
Yes. Yeah.
And so God bless them. They said as nicely as possible, go away.
Come back in an
hour. But I remembered it wasn't that long. I actually remembered it wasn't that long.
It wasn't. And you know what? You gave your name. They didn't give you any sort of leeway on the wait time. I remember it made no difference that it was you. But then you went outside and we were waiting in the parking lot and people kept coming up to you to take pictures with you.
My favorite part is some of them were from the restaurant. My favorite is when people from the restaurant are like, can we have a picture? Yeah, sure. Thanks. I'm a big fan. How long a wait do you... No. Fuck you! Oh, man. Okay, good times. Hey, listen, I don't think celebrities should be treated especially. I think we should be treated worse than other people.
I agree.
Well, I'm not a celebrity, so I'm fine. If I ever come to your restaurant, you are free to comp me.
I can't wait till I have a restaurant that specializes in Irish food from 1902. You want a tato with your tato?